So you two became business partners, and then he ends up stealing about $1,500 from your account. How was he able to do that?
So, yeah, he convinces me as far as this legitimate business, and it made total sense to me how he, everything made sense about buying cheap, selling it, and so forth. And then I sent him $1,000 through this Remitly account. Again, it's like a Western Union account online. And so the next day, on January 28th, he's at his computer. I'm at my computer, and we're talking on the phone. And he said, "Hey, let's go on that Remitly account and check it out." And because I'm telling him now he's told me that he spent $9,000. He makes up some numbers like $9,188, and he breaks it down. Here's how much I paid for products. Here's how much the shipping is, and I've spent $9,188, something like that. He's like, but I'm done. And he's like, I got it all set to go. They're shipping it down to Mumbai, and then it'll leave from Mumbai, and it'll take 6 days for you to get it. And he's just giving me all these details. So he's like, but I'm done. And it's going to be 1,300 products, 1,300 things that he's going to, and he's telling me the size of them. He's telling me how big the boxes are going to be. He's telling me exactly just what the SKU numbers are going to be, everything that you can imagine. So then he said, okay, so I'm like, all right, then I'll go ahead and pay you for half. I'm like, oh, go ahead and upload the invoices, and so I'll just, so I can cut it in half, and I'll send you the rest of the money. He's like, yeah, he goes, I'm going to send you those invoices today, but here's the number, I've got it exactly. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go ahead and transfer it to you. So I go on the Remitly account. Well, they have a special on there where if you transfer $2,999, there's no fee. All right, so, well, this is perfect. So I said, listen, and that's the daily limit. Their daily limit is $1 under $3,000. That's the max you can transfer in one day. So I said, okay, listen, I'm going to transfer you $29.99 today, and then I'll transfer $500 tomorrow, and then we'll be exactly even. And I'm like, just send me those invoices. Yeah, I'm going to send them to you. So I get on there. So here's what happens. He said, hey, listen, give me your login information, because we were both trying to figure out how much Remitly charges after this $29.99 free thing they had, what they would charge for future time. If we ever have to transfer money in the future, how much it is, because it doesn't say specifically, but you can plug in numbers. Like if you have an account, you can plug a number in, and it'll tell you how much they're going to charge. So I was just trying to figure out, well, if I transfer $1,000, how much is it? If I transfer $2,000, is there some special deal? Where we're trying to figure out the most efficient way to transfer money with the least amount of expenses. So he's like, hey, let me log on there with you, and I'll do it at the same time, and we'll just save time doing it that way. And that way, we'll figure out the best way to transfer. So I'm like I did it. So I gave him my information. So he gets on there. Well, the first thing he does, which I didn't know at the time, I found out a few days later, the first thing he did was he clicked a button as soon as he got in there that said, increase your credit limit from $3,000 a day to $6,000. So he clicks that button right when he gets in there, and then he goes in, because all my information I put in there, all my checking account information is in there, and his checking account information is in there too, because I transferred $1,000 yesterday. So he already knows everything is set up. So he goes in there, he presses the button, increases my credit line to $6,000, and then immediately transfers $3,000. I have no idea he's doing this. He's transferring $3,000 because he knows I'm about to transfer $3,000 myself, and that's going to hit the limit, $6,000. So he's trying to get as much as he can. So he transfers $3,000. Well, then he realizes he's made a mistake, because when he clicked the button, in order to get increased to $6,000, I had to get on the phone with Remitly, and I had to go through these series of questions. They pull your credit report. They ask you all kinds of questions like, do you know the person you're sending the money to? They're just making sure everything's legitimate. So they have to do this phone interview with you before they increase your limit to $6,000. Well, so he realizes he's just made a mistake. He just transferred $29.99, which is the max, and I'm about to try to transfer $29.99, and I'm going to be obviously over the limit. So he said, so I'm telling him, I'm about to transfer it. He's like, well, hang on a second, let me just check something out. I just want to make sure this site is legitimate. He makes up some excuse for me not to click the button, because he's already transferred the $3,000. So then he immediately cancels it. And I know this later on. I find out exactly what he did a few days later. That's how I know all this stuff. But he immediately cancels the $3,000. Then he transfers $2,000. The reason why he did that is because although they won't let me have the 6,000 right away, they still do a soft credit pull, and they'll give you a lower limit. In my case, it was 1,500, so they increased from 3,000 to 4,500 my limit. Well, for some reason he thought it was 5,000, so he transferred 2,000, again thinking I'm about to transfer 3 to equal 5,000. Well, again, he realizes he's made a mistake again. So all this time he's talking to me. He's like talking about something else. He's like, yeah, I'm still looking around here. Don't do anything yet. So then he credits the 2,000 back. And now he realizes the max is 4,500. So he transfers 1,500. And he's like, okay, man, I think this site's legitimate. Go ahead and transfer that 3,000. So I transfer it. So I transferred 3,000. What actually came out of my account was 4,500, which was the max he could get in one day. So he talks to me a little bit more, we talk, and then we hang up. Well, about 30 minutes later, I'm in my checking account for some other reason, looking at for something, and I see all these transactions, minus 3,000, then a credit for 3,000, minus 2,000, credit for 2,000, minus 1,500, minus 3,000. I'm like, I'm like, what is going on? I'm just completely, I'm like, what the hell happened? So, I call Remitly. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, we're nothing. I mean, everything looks good on our end. And I'm like, but there's 1,500 that got transferred, and I need that credited back. It looks like you guys, because I thought they just made a mistake, like something went crazy on their end, on the website's end, and they were crediting it back all the money. So I'm like, look, you guys just need to credit the 1,500, and everything will be fine. And they're like, we can't credit the 1,500. It's been sent. It's been sent. We can't pull it back. It's already in the other person's checking account. So then I text Amon. I'm like, Amon, what happened? What did you do? And I realized that he's already texted me. He's like, hey, Jim, I got an extra 1,500, question mark. He's trying to act all innocent, like he knows nothing about it. And I'm like, and he's like, what do you want me to do? And then he started asking these weird questions, like, because I'm like, I'm on the phone with Remitly right now, we're going to get this straightened out. He's like, well, don't let them put a hold on my account because, don't let them do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's just these weird things that he was saying in the texts. But anyway, finally, I get off the phone, I'm like, come on, I can't pull that money back out. So and he said to me, he goes, man, I'm going to transfer this back to you right now. He goes, I'm going to initiate, you can see in the video where we have all of our texts, you can see where he writes, I'm going to initiate this right away back to you. So I'm like, all right, whatever happened, and just get it back to me. I really wasn't even worried. I'm like, he's just going to transfer it back, no big deal. I'll wake up tomorrow morning, it'll all be corrected. So the next day I wake up, it's not in there. I'm like, come on, what happened to the 1,500? He's like, oh, yeah, I just did that this morning. So you'll get it. I talked to my bank. They're going to get it in 72 hours. It just takes longer from India. It's going to take 72 hours, but they said you should get it within 48 hours. He's just unbelievably specific about him talking to his bank, what they said, he said. He goes back and forth. But you'll get it within 48 hours. I'm certain of it. Well, today is, it's 2 months later, basically. He's never sent anything back. Again, of course, all of this is just one giant scam. But what happened was, at this point, though, he's stolen the 1,500. I voluntarily transferred 1,000, and then I voluntarily transferred another 3,000. So right now he's got $5,500 of my money, and of course now red flags are going up everywhere in my head. And for the next 2 months, because we're 2 months down the road now, he has been almost on a daily basis. He promises to send that money back. Almost every day. I counted up how many times he promised. Over 180 times he's written. And again, you can see exactly what he wrote in the text that he sent to me. But over 180 times he's promised to send that money back. And of course, nothing's happened. I'm not expecting to get any money at this point. The guy's stolen it. And this is the real reason why I'm doing these videos and this whole website thing, because I want people to know. I'm going to send this to everybody that he knows. But people need to know who this guy is. I mean, because of course he presents himself as if you're a con man, you don't present yourself as a con man, but this guy is a con man times 10. I mean, I thought we were friends. He keeps coming back to this, hey, we're friends. He keeps bringing this stuff up. So this guy's like, it's just unbelievable what he's done and what he just continues to do, just a continual lying and so forth. It's just like the biggest scumbag in the world to do this kind of stuff. Just continue to do it. And I've given up on getting the money back, but I want people to know, if he ever comes to you with any kind of a business idea or trying to borrow money. And the other thing I found out since I put this website up, people are actually contacting me and telling me, yeah, man, this guy's done this kind of thing before. Like years ago, he's done not Amazon stuff, but other things. He's tried to scam people out of money. And they were able to catch on before he actually got any money. So apparently this guy's been doing this for years, this kind of stuff for years, just constantly. He doesn't have a job. I've heard other stories about what he's stolen money from other people. But this is my story, so everything that I'm telling you is documented. Documented in his own words. And so tomorrow, in the next video, I'm going to go over all the things that I have documentation on that just clearly show what the guy did. Like the $1,500, I've got the receipt right there, his name, his address, the $1,500 taken out, all a receipt that right there in the Remitly website. So I'm going to go over that tomorrow, and then but again, I just want to let people know this is why I'm doing this. I don't want other people to get screwed like I have, because it's a lot of money, and he has no qualms about whether you have money or not. He'll take it as much as he could. Just like when he tried to go in there and he thought he could get 6,000, so he tried to take 6. All he's doing is getting the max that he can get, and then moving on. So anyway, that's my story about how he stole 1,500. So tomorrow the next video, like I said, I'll go over some more, just a little bit of documentation, some other funny things that he's done, just these lies that he makes up that are just unbelievable.